Hello guys, and welcome to your final Tuesday tip video. This is going to be a pretty short and sweet one. I just have a couple thoughts about practicing as it pertains to summer break. And then that's it. So as I'm sure you can guess, my first tip and hope is that you'll practice over the summer, right? I know it feels weird right now. I know, for me, it's almost felt like we've been in some weird version of summer for a while now, but it doesn't actually start till after next week. It is just as important, if not more important, as it always is, that you practice over the summer. Practicing throughout the summer helps you stay kind of on top of things so that you don't lose your skill and your chops and whatever. It always happens a little bit, in school we practice every day for an hour a day. That's, what we do. And now that we're not in school, which we wouldn't be in summer anyway, over the summer, it's normal to just lose a little bit of it, right? Your face isn't used to it anymore. Your arms, your body isn't used to it anymore. So that it's already normal that from the time school ends in May to the time school starts in August, it's normal to see some loss, I guess. We already normally come in and it's kind of like, oh yeah, we remember how band works now. Well, that's going to be even more magnified this year because it's we basically had 2 summers of not having band. And hopefully you've been practicing throughout this time, but I have no way of knowing if you have or haven't been. It is what it is. But either way, I'm going to assume a lot of you have not been practicing as much as you would if we'd been in school. And that's okay. But my point is, we're basically going to be coming back after the equivalent of 2 summers, right? So, those of you who have marched before can probably account for the fact that it's kind of intense when you show up to band camp, or those of you who are not beginners and who are in middle school can maybe even testify to even the first few days we play in class again, if you're not a marching band person, they kind of are intense. It's like a slap to the face of oh yeah, this is what it's like to play an instrument for an hour a day. It's crazy sometimes. That's going to just be more magnified this year. The more you practice over the summer, the easier it will be to come out of that, okay? Also, if we're being honest, all of the bands are probably going to be a little bit behind where we would have been. And that's normal. It's, to be expected, I guess, right now. We won't be the only band dealing with this. But again, the more work you guys can put in on your own over the summer, the easier it will be to bridge that gap, okay? So please play. The second thing and I want to say, I know you're not going to practice every day. I don't practice every day. I didn't do it when I was in high school. I'm saying try to pick up your instrument and play a week or so, a couple times a week. All right. The more the better, but I know that you're not going to do it every day. That's not what I expect. I expect you to maintain enough that we're not suffering when we come back. Okay. The next thing I just wanted to mention were just some ideas of what you could practice. Oh, my cat. So, first and foremost, everyone can always work on the basics, right? Scales, your concert music that we didn't quite get to this year, stuff like that is always going to help you. If you're a 6th or 7th grader, looking at books is still super beneficial. If you're a 6th grader, maybe get book 2 over the summer and start looking ahead because that's what we'll be in next year. If you're a 7th grader, you will not be in the books next year, but now would be an excellent time to maybe go back and review book 1 and book 2 and kind of refresh yourselves on all that, okay? So that's still going to be super helpful. If you're going to be in marching band next year, anything you have related to marching band is of course going to be the most immediately beneficial, but also high school kids for next year, if you're interested in auditioning for district honor band, shoot me a message and let me know because I can get you some of those audition materials now and send them to you and you can work on them over the summer. I don't get specifics of what the audition will be until late August or early September, but some of them, basically what happens is I can give you a lot of the materials and then I'll find out what specifically we will need. But I can give you the majority of the things now and you can practice all of it and then basically just know that in August or September, I'll be hey, now it's only this stuff, but it will be out of that stuff I gave you. So if you're interested in auditioning for district band, we can kind of get a head start on that now if you'd like. I can scan you some audition materials. So let me know. If you want to take a solo and ensemble this year, I can also send you a list of solos that you can listen to and let me know if you have any thoughts on them, and I can send you my recommendations. And if it's something we already own, again, I can scan it and send it to you now. So there are a lot of options for what you can practice. Like I said, everyone can continue practicing scales, basics, and concert music that we didn't get to this year. Middle schoolers that are in books, like were in books this year, I would recommend continuing through those. Those are going to help you really build a good foundation to set you up for success in the future. Kids who are going to be in marching band next year, like I said, marching band stuff, the show and everything, of course, is going to be the most directly beneficial. However, we can start the process of looking at district band audition stuff now if you want. So anyways, that's kind of all I had. I don't really have a lot of tips left, I guess, that I haven't already said or that wouldn't really be too much of a repetition. I just kind of wanted to remind you guys that practicing over the summer still counts, just like hopefully you've been practicing throughout this extended break. Like I said, we're going to be coming back to band after pretty much 2 summers off, which is going to be noticeable. But you guys can help your own band out, right? Help yourselves out by practicing more now, right? More over the summer. And again, I know you're not going to practice constantly. I didn't do that either. That's okay. I'm just saying practice a little bit, okay? So that's pretty much it. It's just a request to please practice and maybe some ideas of what you could practice. And then again, let me know if you're interested in a solo or district band materials, or if you need me to resend anything, or like if you have questions about a book song or whatever, just let me know and I'm happy to help. So I hope that you got some ideas for what to work on over the summer, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.